Well, I guess it's been a while since we've talked, and I've posted a video. Been kind of busy lately. Just a quick update. This is what this is. I'm moving soon to a place that's going to allow for a lot more creativity and a lot more videos and content coming to the channel. So please stay tuned for that. It's coming up maybe the next week or so, once I get everything settled and once we get moved and unpacked and all that fun stuff. But I haven't forgotten about you guys. I haven't forgotten about the channel. It's just I've had to take a little time away to kind of get things packed up and just get everything with the house situated. And I'm just happy to finally get it all rolling, to get the ball moving. So you can expect new content on the channel coming possibly next week. Possibly. Hopefully. But I just had to make a video now because, one, I wanted to update everybody on what's going on with the channel, and two, I wanted to talk about Nintendo's E3 conference, or the Nintendo E3 Spotlight, and the treehouse that followed. Nintendo. Nintendo. I have a Switch. I bring it with me all the time. I'm actually about to go to work here in a minute, and my Switch is with me all the time. I love it. It's an amazing piece of hardware, and for them to announce everything that they announced was phenomenal. And I'm gonna have it in front of me because the Switch has a little news section, just to kind of talk about some things I might forget. I mean, they announced a new Yoshi game coming to the Switch next year, which I love Yoshi, and that's gonna be awesome. The art style looks beautiful as always. I love that they keep reinventing it and keeping it fresh. Sonic Forces, obviously Nintendo is getting some decent third-party support. I mean, obviously you never buy a Nintendo system for third-party support. That's why you have your PlayStation or your Xbox or whatever you choose to have. But you come to Nintendo consoles for Nintendo games, and Nintendo actually delivered this year. No weird Wii Sports Plus or 1-2 Switch 2 or any kind of campy, gimmicky thing. Everything was just games, and everything is like almost a day one purchase for me, and I'm sure a lot of other Nintendo fans. So yeah, we had Sonic Forces, which looked great. Rocket League coming to the Nintendo Switch. Like, my PS4 is almost a Rocket League machine. That's just what I go to. That's my go-to game, and to have it on the Switch is just going to be phenomenal, and to be able to play it while I'm just sitting here before work, or just to go somewhere and be like, hey man, want to play Rocket League? Let's do it. That's phenomenal to me. I'm super excited for that, and it's only going to be $20. $19.99 is what they said that the price was going to be. There was some confusion that it was going to be $60, which is totally not the case, but honestly, if there was a game I'd pay that much for, it would be Rocket League. It's easy. I'm excited. And the fact that they announced cross-console play, you're going to be able to play Rocket League on the Nintendo Switch against people on PC and against people on the Xbox One. That's awesome. And Sony, shame on you for not getting on board with this. Shame. So, Rocket League holiday, it's supposed to come out around the holidays. I mean, my birthday's in December. That'd be a great birthday present. Just saying. What else? Let's see. Kirby. Oh man, freaking love Kirby, man. A lot of Kirby's recent games have been on the 3DS, and they've all been pretty good. And the last Kirby game I was really able to get into was Epic Yarn. So I'm really excited to see another Kirby game coming next year, and I think they said it's going to be 2018 is what they said, which I'm totally fine with. It looks great. It looks phenomenal. I'm happy to see Kirby return to a more traditional form. And It's going to be great. Let me see here. I'm looking at the Switch here. I'm using it as like my notepad here. Let me see here. What else was announced at E3? Obviously Skyrim coming. That was announced during Bethesda's conference. You know, it's going to have the Breath of the Wild amiibo outfit, which is kind of neat. I may look into that. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That looked really cool. That was shown at Ubisoft's conference. They did an extended gameplay trailer of it during the Treehouse. It's still a little confusing, but it looks like it'll be a fun game. It's got that Mario charm to it. The art style reminds me of... What does it remind me of? It reminds me of 3D World, which, you know, I loved that game. So I'll be happy to dive into that. And I keep telling people, this is a third-party game. Yes, it has Mario in it. Yes, you know, it's going to be a Nintendo game as well. But if we want third-party support on the Switch, we have to buy these third-party games to show that, hey, yes, we want these games. So that'll be a purchase for me, of course. Let's see here. What else we got? Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That game looks really good. There was Xenoblade X and then Xenoblade Chronicles. Was that it? The one for the Wii was Xenoblade Chronicles, and then we had Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U. And now we're getting Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It looks really fun. It looks like the art style almost reminds me of Breath of the Wild, but I guess just because of the open landscape, and it looks really good. It's going to be good. It looks like the Nintendo Switch is going to be loaded with RPGs, which means we're going to have a lot of games that are going to take up a lot of hours. So it'd be great to have a game like Rocket League to just kind of jump in, play a couple matches, to break it up a little bit. Just saying. Fire Emblem Warriors, it looks really good. I was a huge Dynasty Warriors fan back in the day. I had all of the, you know, Dynasty Warriors 1 was just a fighting game, and then they had Dynasty Warriors 2, 3, 4, 5, Gundam, all the Warriors games. So you know what you're getting when you see that name, and this game looks just like that, and that's not a bad thing. Breath of the Wild, they announced the DLC that's coming. You know, you got the Master Trials, which looks pretty cool. You'll be able to power up your Master Sword to full strength. That looks like it'll be interesting. They announced the Champions Amiibos, which look really cool. So I heard that GameStop's going to do like a 4-pack that has all the champions together, so expect that to be sold out and to never find one. Let's see here. I'm sure y'all are waiting to hear about Super Mario Odyssey. I mean, come on. Coming out in October. I did not expect this game to be out in October. I expected it to be maybe late November, maybe right after Black Friday. But Super Mario Odyssey coming out in October is phenomenal. I cannot wait to play Super Mario Odyssey. It looks amazing. The hat mechanic, which I originally was like, looks gimmicky. Not sure how I feel about the hat, but it looks really cool. The fact that you can kind of just like possess other people and other animals and not dragons, it was a dinosaur, right? And it's just really cool. And then they showed the gameplay trailer, or not, I keep saying trailer, but it's more of like a gameplay demo that they did in the Treehouse event, where they announced the amiibo, which looked really awesome. They got the little wedding outfits on. Peach looks beautiful. We got Pimp Bowser with his hat and everything. You got Mario in the white suit. I imagine that a lot of gamers in the future are going to use those Mario and Peach amiibos as wedding cake toppers. That's immediately what I thought of. So I'm excited to see that. And just the gameplay demo that was on the Treehouse sold me more on the game than the trailer itself. Just seeing them play the game and how fluid it looks and just how open it is, and you can just travel very easily. And then I loved the charm of Nintendo, right? You got this vast 3D Mario, and they did something that reminded me of the old Super Paper Mario, where you can just have these little 2D sections, where it's like there was this thing, they were on this like cylinder thing, this pillar, and the dude went into a pipe, and you're 2D Mario, and you're doing just like traditional platformer, and he was dressed up in whatever outfit that you had on. So if you had the sombrero on, you had 2D Mario and an 8-bit sprite just doing his thing in a sombrero. I loved it. I cannot wait to play that game. I'm super excited to be a Nintendo Switch owner. And then the biggest news that came out of E3 for Nintendo were a handful of things. There were 3 things, mainly 2 for the Switch. Was they talked about, they had a little video with the Pokemon guy, I forget his name, forgive me. And he was talking about Pokken Tournament, and he was just like, yeah, this game's gonna be really cool, I hope everybody buys it. Pokemon Tournament Deluxe, I think they're going with the deluxe name for all the ports that they're bringing over. I'm okay with. And then, I just can't express how much I love the way they did it, the way they announced it. It was so casual. It was just like, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, we're making a Pokemon for the Switch. Just so casual. Hey, we're gonna make one. It's gonna be, a full game. I assume it's gonna be with the next gen of Pokemon. Like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are obviously coming out later this year for the 3DS. And then I assume the next generation, whatever comes out next year for Pokemon, is gonna be the same generation that comes out for the Switch, which is just, it's awesome. I mean, if they find a way, which hopefully they will, to allow your 3DS Pokemon to communicate with your Nintendo Switch Pokemon, I assume they'll use the Pokemon Bank service. That could be really huge, to just pull all of your Pokemon that you've had and bring them up into the new generation. So looking forward to that. So main Pokemon game coming to the Nintendo Switch soon. I love that they didn't show some stupid fancy trailer like a lot of these companies do, and they'll be like, coming out eventually. Looking at you, Kingdom Hearts. Let's see, and then what else was announced? Was there anything announced at E3? Oh, that's right. Metroid freaking Prime 4. Also, love the way they did that. It was so casual. It was almost like a teaser trailer, Like you see like the Marvel teaser trailers where they're really cool and they're really just kind of discreet. And this one was really awesome. I love the way they handle it. You had the cut to space, and then you just had the music, and you're like, wait, is this sounds really familiar. What is this? And then you hear the music and it starts getting in your brain. You're like, no. And then the 4. I loved it. And boom, Metroid Prime 4. Wait, did Nintendo just announce a new Metroid? What the hell? I cannot give enough praise for the way they did it. I loved it. They were like, 2018. We're not going to miss. I like that they're not misleading the fan base. They're not misleading the consumers. Oh, it's coming out next year. No, they're just like, you know what? We're making it. It's in development. Stop crying about it. It's coming. Loved it. Loved the way they did it. I cannot give them enough praise for it. And then for you 3DS fans, they announced the remake of Metroid 2, Samus Returns, for the 3DS. And that looks really fun. It looks awesome. So you're getting your first-person Metroid Prime, and you're getting your old-school side-scrolling Metroid. So, yeah, worth the wait, honestly. Anywho, that's just everything that I could think of off the top of my head that's coming for the Switch. I know there were so many other things announced, like Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2 is coming, which I hear they're going to have the story of the first one as well in the game, and that's interesting. Although Dragon Ball FighterZ Z, looks amazing. Might be getting that as well. And there were some other announcements made at E3. Obviously, it was huge. I don't really want to go into all of it right now because this was just like a quick update video, and I just really wanted to talk about Nintendo and how excited that made me. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoy hearing me talk about these games, and if you want me to go into more depth about a lot of them, because I don't mind. Like I said, new videos will be coming soon to the channel, and they will be pretty consistent. And again, my format is forever changing. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do just yet. The vlogs will be coming back. I might do another, was it worth it video. I really enjoyed doing that for Power Rangers. My next one might be on Spider-Man, actually. Let's see. What else is coming to the channel? Hopefully some streaming. I mean, that seems like a really fun thing to do. I wouldn't mind streaming some games for you guys. Maybe just some Rocket League or whatever other game I dive into. Hell, I may even do Nintendo games. I don't even know. I know YouTube's pretty weird with Nintendo, but this isn't really about money. It's just about fun and just having a good time. So if Nintendo wants some of the ad revenue, whatever, I don't care. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm sorry if it wasn't like super edited and didn't have a bunch of fancy cutscenes. This was just like a update video and just excited to talk about Nintendo's E3. So thank you. Like, share, subscribe, all that fancy jazz. I will see you guys soon, and just be kind.